So you grew up where'd you grow up?
So I grew up in Portugal.
Yeah.
And then later on, I decided I needed something different. I moved to France/Switzerland.
By yourself?
And I decided I was going to play soccer. So I was playing professional futsal, indoor soccer they call it.
Yeah,
here.
futsal. Oh, you were playing professional futsal?
Yeah,
Oh,
so I was
wow.
playing Switzerland for a little bit.
Yeah.
Then stupid thing happened. I was playing softball in Europe, which is already weird because not a lot of people play baseball/softball. And the bases were made out of cement. It's like solid cement. And I was running and I hit my foot on the base and completely shattered my foot.
No way.
Yeah, and then I was like, man, it took me like a whole year and a half to recover because it
Yeah.
literally destroyed my foot. And I was like, I can't play anymore. Even when I started playing,
You hurt.
yeah, it was just, I was kicking the ball. I was like, oh, this hurts. I can't.
It was the
I
foot
was-
that you kick?
Yeah, my right foot. And I was like, I can't. Like, I tried. I went to, even before the season started, practice for like the 2 months, whatever the off season is. And I was like, I told the coach, I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I just, every time I kick the ball, it's like, grimace on my face.
Yeah.
So then at the same time, I was living in the little town right there in the mountain, and they had a little college. And then they had like a summer program and a year program too, where students from America were coming to learn French. And
Okay.
living
This is
right
after
there.
Switzerland, you went to France?
No, I was right there living. I lived in France, but I was practicing
okay.
in Switzerland
Got it,
just because of the price.
Yeah.
So living in France was much cheaper. So I would commute every day back and forth.
How long is that commute?
Probably like 20 minutes. It was literally on the
just
border.
train?
Yeah, just the
Yeah.
bus. They have
Oh,
a
the
train
bus.
too,
Oh,
but
okay.
I was taking the bus.
Yeah.
And then sometimes a friend of mine would take me. He had a car. We would just go together, and small commute. And then students from America would come learn French right there. And then the town was right there outside of Geneva. It's small enough that you know everyone.
Yeah.
And then that's how I met my wife at the time. It's just a friend. She became my girlfriend. And then later on, not a year later, like 9 or 8 months later, I decided to move to the US, which I had never been before.
Yeah.
But I always had this like romanticized vision about the US, like, oh, I would love to go and I would love to live there.
Yeah.
That, grew up watching movies.
Yeah.
And you're always like, oh, this looks super cool.
Yeah.
And then I just decided to leave soccer behind and move to America and just continue my major, which I had started in Portugal for like a year or semester or so before I tried soccer. And then I was like, oh, let me just transfer there. And then I sent all the papers. I couldn't move the semester I wanted, which was in August, so I had to wait for the visa. It took a long time. So then I started in January. So I started in the spring semester.
Wow.
And then that's first time moving to America. Funny story, when I landed, I had like my camera gear, like my backpack with my computer, documents and everything. And then I was so stoked to move, I forgot my backpack on the floor.
In the airport when you
When
got here?
And I went to meet my girlfriend. I had my suitcases, but I forgot my backpack on the floor. And it was the first stress. We were already in the car, and I was like, wait, I don't have my phone. I don't have anything. It was all in the backpack. And then my English it was a struggle back then.
Yeah.
But I tried to, she came with me, and there's that big door that says, do not enter, which is where you exit.
Yeah.
And I tried to, shout to the guys like, yo, I left my backpack inside.
Oh,
Can
that's
you
even worse because
please?"
now people are
Yes, everyone is just gathered right there, and you're just looking at you, and they're like, oh, no, but I have to. And the guy was actually super nice. He was like, yo, just tell me what the backpack looks like and what's inside.
Yeah.
And then he went to fetch the backpack and brought it to
found
me.
it?
He
Yeah.
found it. They had already, because it's super weird. Like when you go to the airport, they'll say, oh, do not leave your backpack.
Yeah,
in the
that's what I'm
tent
saying.
there.
Like, it gets really weird when you
it gets
leave a bag.
Yeah, but they were super nice. I mean, this was like 12 years ago, almost 11 years ago. And they were super nice. They're like, just tell us what it looks like and what's inside so they can verify it. So they open it, exactly what I said it was in there, and they brought it to me. It was just like the first stress. First time to America. English is very broken. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And backpack left behind, documents, passport, phone, like everything left behind. And it worked out. But yeah, that was
That's
weird.
a welcoming. It's a welcome to America.
it was good because after that it's like, oh, okay, this huge stress, but I guess I'm meant to be here. That was kind of my vibe after, like it worked out.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, from there, just...
And are your parents from Portugal? No. Are
No,
they
my
both-
parents were born, like most of my family, they were born in Angola, slash I have some family in Brazil as well. And then, so we're kind of like a mix
Yeah.
of different cultures and
That's
stuff like
cool.
that. And then me and my sisters, we are the first generation to be born in Portugal.
Mm.
Right. So we grew up in Portugal. I still go back. They still live there. I try to go every year. Sometimes it gets a little, like I said, the work,
Yeah.
the pace
I
here
know.
is a little
Yeah.
different. So vacation is not as you would like it to be, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. I try to go as much as I can. So yeah, so that's still
That's
home.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love Portugal.
No, it's nice.
I love
It's
Portugal.
nice. It's like this nice climate, good food.
Yeah, I was just talking to a friend of mine that lives there. We work together, and he works with the World Surf League because we used to work together. And I'm like trying to talk to him to figure out a way to go there because I'm like,
Yeah.
I miss Portugal.
It's so nice.
It was my first time. Like, when was the first time I went? I don't know. Maybe 2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I went like every year, 3-4 times for work.
Yeah. That's nice.
And it was just nice to see somebody speak Portuguese outside of Brazil.
Yeah.
Even though when you get there, it's hard to understand. I'm like,
it's very different.
I'm like, what? And you're like, right away, like, you're from Brazil, huh? I'm like, yeah. You're
Yeah,
like, oh, okay.
I would say our accent is very like closed. People that never like heard Portuguese before, they compare a little bit to Russian from Portugal because very like we cut the words short. It's very
Yeah.
fast and very like the
And
mouth
you
is very
mix, like,
close.
it's like all of it
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
squished.
Yeah, so people say, even a lot of people on my channel sometimes, when I say a word in Portuguese, they say, oh, a little Russian.
Yeah.
Yes, a little bit of Russian.
Yeah.
And my wife makes fun of me too sometimes when she
Yeah.
hears me talking to my parents.
Ericeira to me is like one of the coolest places.
Is Ericeira? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really nice. I live just outside of Lisbon. So that's the spot. I grew up bodyboarding. I wasn't really into surfing because we didn't grow up with a lot of money and surf gets really
money.
expensive.
Yeah.
So bodyboarding was the way and still is. Portuguese people love bodyboarding.
Yeah.
And Ericeira, Carcavelos, Cascais, it's just like nice spots, nice
like-
houses. Yeah.
It's so underrated.
Yeah.
Portugal is one of the most underrated places.
People are catching up now, though. Americans, I've had a lot of people that I go to the gym with. They're just like, oh, what do I need to do to move to Portugal? What's the best area?
Yeah. There was a surge like 3-4 years ago that
Yes.
everybody moved to Portugal.
Yes.
I still have friends that got there.
So yeah, so it's getting out there, but still, I'll still say underrated. Yeah, and
yeah.
still,
I remember when I first went, it was like 2015, 16.
yeah, still very
I
underrated.
looked, I was like, how do people not talk about this place?
Yeah,
Like Portugal is so, like the food is amazing, everything's
Yeah.
clean.
cheaper
It's
for
so
Americans.
cheap.
Like yeah, yes.
You know, one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to is, what's the island?
Madeira,
Not Madeira.
Açores,
What's that?
Açores.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So the Azores they call it here. Yeah,
Yeah. It's like
It's
the,
so nice.
It's one of the most, Azores. Yeah.
Yeah.
Azores. Yeah.
it's so nice.
It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to.
yeah,
Like when I got there, I've been there twice. It was for work, too, for the World Surf League.
yeah,
When I got there, I don't even know. Oh, I think it was like here, Boston there, I think.
yeah.
And then we got there. It's this little island. It's just beautiful everywhere.
Yeah, it's green, it's luscious. It rains not every morning, but it rains a lot, like just
Yeah.
for a little bit, like a little shower. The island stays really nice and green.
Yeah.
The water
it's
is-
really green. There's
yeah.
water is just really warm.
Yeah, and then
there's water
depending
that's
on-
cold.
Depending on the island, they have like they're volcanic islands. So depending on the island, you can go up to the peak and there's like people cook food
Oh, really?
down there. Yeah, they bring it down. They have like a little elevators / lift system where they bring the pot all the way down to the volcano.
No way.
Whatever it's called, yeah, and they cook
Oh,
it
I
there. They
didn't
live
go
there for an
there.
hour. Yeah, it's super cool. And then they have a bunch of cows. Like the milk and the cheese from there is really good.
Yeah. It's like rural, really
Yeah,
rural.
it's super like you said, underrated. There's a lot of people
very
that just
underrated.
talk about Portugal like mainland,
Yeah.
but the islands are, I would say
island's
that's where it's
amazing.
at.
Yeah.
And they
Azores
have the
to
Azores
me
and
was like,
Madeira, and they're both really nice, full of like,
I never been to Madeira.
it's really nice too. And the water is warmer because it's a little closer to, so Azores is like in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Madeira is a little closer to the coast of Africa, so the water is warmer,
Yeah, it
especially
gets
during
the-
summer. Yeah,
yeah.
it gets that little warm water.
Equator, closer
Yeah.
to the equator.
So it's
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Well, nicer in terms of the water alone. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But in terms of like greenery and stuff, the Azores is where it's at. It's very green. You got that little fog a little bit in the morning, and then it clears out.
Yeah, and you drive through the streets there. I was like, did people decorate this street? And they're like, no, this is how it is.
That's how it is.
Like,
Yeah.
like it's like roses.
Yeah, that's how it is. I don't know why. That I don't know why, but that's how it is.
Yeah, it's like beautiful, like colorful, beautiful roses
Yeah.
everywhere, like throughout
so
the
nice.
street. And I'm like, you know, have you been to Vegas?